Very disappointed. Just thought the guys put in a lot of good prep. Obviously, tough situation for a new quarterback to walk into, but Cole gets us excited about some things. I think our guys were excited to play for him, play with him. We knew during the course of the week that Austin was not going to be there. Got some good news earlier in the week that it wasn't as bad as they had. Well, wasn't one of the worst diagnoses. He got lucky in the fact that it's not anything that needs surgery. So if we'll get him back in the next, there's a chance for this week. But if not, it may be a couple weeks yet. But he should return back for a senior year. Thought Cole did some things that were very, very positive. He's a fighter, obviously, competitor. Just asked our guys to keep swinging, swing for swing, fight for fight. The way we started defensively, just very disheartening. Just a routine stretch play to our left and have some people just get caught up in the moment, get a little overzealous in their pursuit. They cut it back and it goes for a score. Just something you can't. All plays have been back behind the backside linebacker. If they get a hit, turn into big plays, and that was very, very frustrating. Thought they rebounded and played pretty good in the first half. Wanted to get some points on the board right before the half. Unfortunately, obviously didn't get points. Would go for it 100 times over again. I just thought we needed a touchdown there to stay where we needed to be and make a big statement. But obviously didn't get points, and then came back second half, thought when we had to pick early, if we can change that into something, make some points off the turnover, maybe have a chance to swing the momentum back to our side. But obviously we didn't do anything with that drive, and then just really kind of back and forth. I thought our defensive guys, for the most part, battle. I know we gave up a couple scores there at the end. It was just like it was steamwheeling against us. We had to turn over. The only thing Cole tries to do a little too much. We knew that going in. He rides the highs and he tries to do too much. And there's some good teaching moments for him. Anytime you have a first start for a quarterback, obviously there's going to be the good and the bad. But we'll make some strides with him and keep moving forward. I don't think there's anything we can't correct off film. Injury-wise, didn't know if Johnny was going to be able to play for us, but he battled out there and played most of the game. Gave us a new lineup at the offensive line that I think as we move forward, if we can continue to get those guys full strength with Frank at guard and Zach at center, maybe even Jake Rollerson at center, can give us a different look, see what that can bring. So we'll lick our wounds, go back, try to make it positive as we can for the week and get ourselves ready to play an Auburn team. But the only thing I shared with the guys there at the end, the only people that can change this answer is in this room. Everybody on the team, all the coaches, all the people involved can change the answer in a hurry. And we can't give up free plays on any phase of the game. So it was a solemn, quiet locker room, but one that we'll get back and we'll strap up and play. Yeah. Yeah, I was excited to watch him play today. Anybody that's been around him, obviously as coaches, we've been around him quite a bit. I think there's a lot of positives, some things you can build off of. At halftime, I said, let's just keep going 2 minutes. I thought his poise was good. I felt that his confidence level was there. We thought that we could limit what they were doing a little bit defensively. We stayed within our same personnel groups, tried to go as fast as we could. I think the part that Cole has to understand is, and he'll make these strides, is just play every play for what it is. I think he can't hang on to that last play too long. He's such a competitor. If anything goes wrong, he wants the answer right now, and you got to flip the page and move forward. Yeah, I think in the first half especially, that's part of the reason we went tempo, is just there was we weren't getting any movement. It seems if we blocked one guy this time, somebody else is popping free. Obviously, we had some new guys in new positions, and we knew there was going to be some growing pains there. But, yeah, I just felt at halftime we couldn't do anything in the run game, so let's just try and see what we can do in the throw game and play with a little bit of tempo. Speed is there, but the power is just, their backs. Obviously, there was a play, I think, in the second quarter where we had two guys try to tackle their running back and just didn't get it done, and give credit to them. Obviously, big, strong, powerful backs, but we gotta continue to. I think that's the element of physicality. That's what I kind of challenged our guys all week was. I know that the recruiting stars and the experts and all that stuff, but I wanted to be able to say physically, go swing for swing, try to be as physical as we possibly could. Physicality comes from within your heart and within your mind and within your soul. And I thought the guys did fight and did respond, but obviously we didn't have enough horses. No, really didn't know if we were going to have Johnny Gibson really until game time. Johnny If you remember last week, had tweaked his MCL. Told us earlier in the week he probably wasn't going to be there. To get to his credit, he lived in the training room, did everything he possibly could to get back out there. He knew his teammates needed him. Really on Thursday, it looked like Johnny could play. We started repping him over there, and he feels more comfortable on the left side. So I think Johnny's natural position is that left tackle spot. Colton obviously had done some things. We just felt physically in this game we wanted to have some bigger bodies and have some people up front with a little more size. Moving Frank to right guard, obviously, he's a very, very good center, but it puts a good player at right guard as well next to B. Wall. And during the course of the week, Brian had his best practice by far. Obviously, today there were some glitches, but hopefully that's something that we can continue to build forward as we move into next week. Jordan Jones? Yeah, Jordan's he's a redshirt freshman. He's a guy that has got physical ability. He made a nice long ball catch. I think he's into it. He's got a warm heart. He's a pleaser. He wants to be involved. Obviously, we got to get him a little size, a little bit thicker, a little bit tougher, a little bit more into playing a 4-quarter game. Brandon Martin, I was excited, to get B. Martin in there, and this was his first full week of practice. Got him involved a little bit last week. This week he was in practice all week, and is definitely a guy that you can see belongs out there.
What do you think you got to do to get the running game going, or is it simply not somebody other than Alabama?
Yeah, I'd obviously give a lot of credit to Alabama, and they do what they do. But I think, we had basically essentially had 3 new guys out of 5 starting in new positions. You have Johnny Gibson starting left tackle, Zach Rogers starting at center, and Frank starting at right guard. And anytime you have that kind of transition, there's going to be some hiccups. But we got to get a lot of good prep. And Auburn obviously is a very good defensive football team, so we're going to have a lot of the same issues. I do. I'm excited at just pure size and ability. And again, I think Colton, we're not going to put him out to pasture. I think he's a guy that if he gets the physical nature of it, the part I just kind of challenged guys all week was the ability to fight, strike, try to get after people physically. And I don't care if you have to, scratch, bite, fight, roll, whatever you want. I wanted guys to play. I wanted to play physical and do that for as long as they let us play.
I know the game was over, but Lippert missing the
Yeah, I didn't even see it. I wasn't watching, so I don't know exactly what happened. I didn't get clarification. I was walking down to the KOC unit, so I didn't see. But obviously, he's a guy that actually had been stroking the ball pretty good and hitting the ball, hit the 48-yarder last week. And this week I just wanted, I think it was 21 points before we really had a field goal situation. It wasn't a lack of confidence. I just wanted to get a touchdown.
halfway through the season. I know you're not where you want to be. You got 6 games left. Obviously, got work to do to get below. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, it's a 2-4 team that staring down, looking at a schedule that doesn't it's the SEC West. It's what it is. You got Auburn coming to town, and we got to get better in a short amount of time. I do keep telling these guys the things that you see and the things that we have to do are correctable. But as coaches, we got to hone in better. I think what we can ask those guys to do to make sure we're not asking them to do too much for what they can do. I think simplicity is our best friend. I think if we can line up and play calls that we know and we can understand, and we can fly around and be a little bit more physical, a little bit faster to the ball in all phases, that's going to help us. So we got to continue to modify and adjust. Well, I do know this. I think Cole is a guy that you can say, hey, here's some excitement. This is a guy that you can build around, rally around. Not that Austin can't be that, but I think what you need when a quarterback goes down is you got to have a group of guys that like their quarterback, and they obviously like Austin, but they also like Cole. There was a definite buzz in practice. There was a definite buzz on this trip. Going into the locker room at before the game and at halftime. As Cole, you can see Cole's he's a competitor. He's a fiery guy. He's a guy that will lay it all on the line, and we just we got to do a better job of getting him prepared, and then also all the cast of characters around him.
How long? Cole
Go ahead, what?
Cole knew he was going to start all week.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I wasn't trying to play a smokescreen. I just I know you guys. There was on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday that there wasn't a ruled out he can't go. I just didn't know if he did get to go, if we were going to be able to say, hey, he can go out there and play a winning football game. He just it's a swelling issue. There's no ligaments. There's anything that's again like something that has to be corrected through surgery. So it's really just a matter of how fast his body heals. And nobody's trying harder than him. Nobody feels worse than him. On Sunday, I didn't know if the answer we were going to get on Monday was going to be good, and that was was a dark day for him, I think, and to get the good news on Monday that, hey, a couple weeks here and you'll be able to play again was really, really positive, and hopefully it'll be positive for our program. Don't know, Trey. Really, when this thing was diagnosed on Sunday, we didn't know the answers. Monday, the answers came back again, and it was a non-operative injury. And then it's just a matter of, they said, 1 to 4 weeks. I think 1 being the short end, 4 weeks being the long end, and somewhere in between there. It just totally depends on how his body heals.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.